when the river floods, all that rubbish is washed down the river and into the river, and eventually some of it would end out in the Gulf. You've got a whole range of contaminants from tins, bits of plastic. Plastic can wrap around aquatic life and kill it. Broken glass, there's chemicals left. It's people go there because they love the Gregory River, but if you truly love the Gregory River, you clean up after yourself. It's not much to take the rubbish. And I think if it goes on, then really the communities up there have to look at how they approach and how they welcome the tourists there. It's all good income, but it's no point if it's destroying your local environment.
How prevalent is this type of littering in the regional rivers out here?
It's probably like everywhere in Australia. There are people that go out in the bush because they love the bush and they appreciate it and they take a minimal approach to it. And then there are people that go out in the bush and trash it, as you see people throwing things out of their car. It's the same attitude that it's somebody else's problem. Around the region, yes, in more popular spots, there's a lot of dumping of rubbish. Around Mount Isa itself, it's a big concern for the local community in terms of the amount of rubbish dumped by people when they could take it to the tip. But the message is, if you take your rubbish out, take it back with you, leave the site as you found it.
You talk about there being issues with a lot of the properties around the region. A lot of these rivers are on or back onto private property. Do those owners complain about this issue to you?
At times, I think it's of concern to them. It's difficult when you've got a large property and a river going through it. But, if people aren't going to look after that river access, then eventually I think they'll to a degree lose the right to go there. And that's unfair on those people that go up there and camp legitimately and do leave clean campsites, and a lot of people do. It's at the canoe race time. There's a lot of people that go up there that just see it as an excuse to have a wild time. Nevertheless, when people leave, they should take it all with them.
Now, the Gregory event will obviously see a huge amount of campers along the river. So, from your experience in previous years, what impact does the irresponsible camping that does happen have in circumstances like that?
Oh, you see broken glass bottles left behind, often right next to the bin. Sometimes there's chemical dumping. That can also be a problem with the grey nomad community, and communities up there have, and Southern Gulf has worked with them, putting in dump easies, and we're just funded a dump easy to be put in at Adele's Grove. You do see erosion issues, people driving where they shouldn't, just added impact.
So who is charged with cleaning up the mess that's left behind?
Whoever takes it on, I guess. It's not something I've really thought about. Who should be charged is the person, or to take it away should be the person that brought it there. It usually falls on the people who don't rubbish to clean up after the people that do rubbish.
So what's the solution?
There's lots I could suggest, but I wouldn't on the radio. I think it's education. I think peer pressure. I think businesses in the region should be saying to their employees that they have an expectation in how they treat the environment. Around Lake Manoa, it's a huge problem. I think the big companies like Xstrata and others can send a more stronger message to their employees that they have expectations. But it's very difficult. How do you even prosecute someone? The council's tried, and they've had photographs of them dumping, but people get off. If you remember times back, there were campaigns about rubbish, dumping rubbish across Australia. I think we need more of that. We need to educate people, but it needs to be made clear to them what impacts it has, and that it's a privilege to be able to camp on that river, not a right. People think when they throw things away, it's gone, but no, it's there doing damage for a long time. It's all a total picture of having an exceptional river and needing to put the resources into managing that. And that's whether that's weed control or making the effort to cart away your rubbish when you go there.